Welcome back. Man, they said that you weren't going to show up today. Everyone assured me you weren't going to make it. They're not going to be here. Why are you still waiting for them? But I never doubted you. Sure, you're a little late, but you always show up. That's what people say about you. They're always late, but they usually show up. Most of the time. Today we're talking about megalophobia, the fear of large objects. And not even just large objects, but just large things. Sometimes it's just large spaces. Something I find quite ironic is that I don't do these videos very often, but when I do, they're always my biggest videos. They get the biggest views. So there's a large number of people that want to watch this. Not trying to alarm anyone, but that's just what I've noticed. Let's just jump into this, all right? Let's look at some big stuff. Norwegian cruise line ship hitting an iceberg in Alaska.
We just hit an iceberg.
It's easy to imagine that's not that big, but it looks like they're on a cruise ship, and cruise ships are gargantuan.
It's Titanic!
Oh, she said it's Titanic. Probably not the best thing to yell when on a ship that just hit an iceberg. Remember that time a bunch of people died in this exact scenario? Remember that time, everyone? Okay, what am I looking at here, dude? What is this machine for? I thought this was like an animation or something. This is ridiculous. What would you need this for? What would you need this for? And also, operating it from like this little tiny room is so comical. It's like you're operating it like a regular crane with like 3 buttons and a couple switches. This is either for giving a kaiju a lobotomy or like consuming a small town and assimilating it into yours, like Mortal Engines style. This is ridiculous. This could be a Ferris wheel. Giant sinkhole in the middle of a farm in Turkey. Okay, this is big. Yeah, this is really big. Sinkholes are just a bizarre, terrifying concept to me. Wherever you are right now, you're probably on land.
How do they know that?
But who's to say a big old sinkhole doesn't open up and just gulp ya at any second? And maybe Dwayne Johnson can't get there in time to save you. Bro.
This is your captain speaking. If you
Big
look to
skeleton.
the right side of
Big
the
skeleton.
aircraft, you will notice a giant skeleton. I've turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Not much else we can do here, but continue minding our business. Thank you.
Yeah, that's fair. I assume it's the same creator who's made videos of this giant skeleton. In the last one, it was like walking across like a big city and like causing damage. I assume it's the size of it that's scary because a giant skeleton is like what I was afraid of when I was like 3. And then you realize that there is a skeleton inside you. The title is, Where is he going? And I'm like, that's actually a really good question. He's definitely going somewhere. It looks really uncomfortable to walk, you know? So he's gotta be going somewhere important. But maybe it's like a mental health walk. Maybe he's been feeling pretty bonely. Get it like bonely? Like lonely? Bonely. Because he's made of... Nah, whatever. Aerial photo of the newly discovered 900-foot deep blue hole in Mexico. Bro, that's terrifying. Like, how shallow is this water around it? You know, you're just going through like pretty normal deep water that you can see through pretty well. And then you just see like, oh, it gets a little darker right there. Lo and behold, it is a portal to an eldritch dimension. This is why I don't like to go on boats, because you just never know. It looks almost harmless. I mean, we know. That's freaking deep. It's like those things that you put your hand on and it makes like a shape with all those little pins. Maybe this scary skeleton from the last video poked a hole in the ocean right here. Maybe he kneeled down to tie his shoe or something. Terrifying to think about. Really puts the true scale of the Burj Khalifa in perspective. Here we go, Red Bull. What do you got for me? Oh, man. Sheesh. Bro. What are you doing up there, Tom Cruise? NASA video comparing the size of sun to other black holes, including the biggest one called Ton 618. Okay, so that's the sun. By the way, that's pretty big. I know when you look outside, it looks kind of small, but trust me, it's just because it's far away. Okay, that's pretty big. Oh no, it gets worse. I'm a little worried to see this ton 618 one they've been talking about. It's zooming out so much faster now. Oh my gosh. That better be it. That's not it. There's another one. There's a bigger... Okay, that better be it. Okay, that's gotta be it, please. Oh my gosh, dude. Are you kidding me? That's out there? Let's just recap here. The sun. 1.3 million Earths fit in the sun. Okay, I feel like we even underestimate how big the Earth is. If you go on like a 20-hour car ride, which I know not a lot of people have done, but I have, and it's a lot. But you know, you drive 20 hours, and on a globe, it's like this much compared to this much. And you're just like, man, that's crazy how much ground I covered. And it's like I hardly even moved in the grand scheme of how big the planet is. Earth's big. 1.3 million Earths fit in the sun. This is the sun. This black hole is like a little bit bigger than that sun. Okay, watch how this disappears. This now, I would say it's speck size, right about there. Then we got this boy, okay? You could probably fit 100 suns in that one, maybe more. Now, that one becomes a speck, right about there, okay? And then, oh, it's gone. It's a pixel now. And then we get this guy. Okay, you could fit 1,000 of them in this one. 1,000 of that black hole in this one. And then you got this guy. You could probably fit 100 of that in this guy. And then that's not it. It keeps going. There's this big old guy. You could probably fit a couple of those in M87. And holy smokes, guys, this is terrifying. This is crazy. Is this far away from us? Like, is this really, really far away? Like, I know we haven't figured everything out about black holes yet, but this is something. Okay, this is like a portal to another dimension. This is where every monster that anyone's ever dreamt up lives. This is where we're all gonna end up. Someday this is just gonna get a little extra thirsty and just gulp up this entire puddle of galaxies and black holes, including our little sun. If it gulps up all of this, it won't even taste the sun. It's like one speck of salt on an entire Olive Garden pasta dish. And it's not gonna ask for a box. It's gonna eat the whole thing up. And it won't even get a tummy ache and feel horrible and never come back. This is like half of a breadstick. Again, I don't have this phobia, but I 1000% get it. And that video, I think, just gave me this phobia. It's too much for like my brain to truly comprehend. You can try, oh, this many Earths. I'm already lost after 1.3 million Earths in the sun. Like, you send me to get hot dogs and buns, and I come back with 16 hot dogs and 12 buns, and I'm like, oh man, I guess I mixed up how many buns I needed for hot dogs, and you know, numbers are hard. 1.3 million Earths in the sun? Hell no, am I ever going to be able to comprehend that. The fact that that is a grain of sand on an endless beach in the scheme of the universe, and there's not just a big ball of rock out there, but a black hole. It's like unfathomable to a crazy degree that like it almost becomes comforting. It's still just physical space. Bear with me. It's massive, but it's still just like a thing. I don't know what I'm saying necessarily. I think this is a half-cooked thought that I'm having right now, but you can feel small without feeling unimportant. And this is a really lame pun, but like it's all matter, so it all matters. I don't know. We're moving on. An oil rig compared to the Eiffel Tower. My man, that's big. This is a sick oil rig, though. Dude, everything big is related to the ocean or space. I guess that makes sense, because the ocean's big and space is really big. But yeah, it's been all like ocean stuff with a little bit of space stuff today. But yeah, this is friggin' huge. This looks like a little like Holiday Inn, doesn't it? But yeah, that's really big. It being big concrete pillars kind of makes me feel like a little bit better, though. It would still look like a nightmare under the water. It's like the metal frames that kind of creep me out. Akuma class submarine passing by a beach in Russia. That thing's freaking large, dude. That is a big boy. It's so weird to see it that close to the beach. It's probably like a long ways out there, but it's just a massive submarine. But there's something about, I mean, everything under the water freaks me out, I feel like. But imagining this submarine from underwater, even if like you were like say halfway out here and you could look off in the distance, but you couldn't like see the submarine, but maybe you could get a sense of it, or like maybe you could just see like a vague darker shape in the distance. That scale under the water makes me feel so uncomfortable to think about. So yeah, no thank you. I don't like that. But this is not a video about me. This is about big things, not about scary water things. We're taking a break from that today. Watch this King Kong go up in flames. Okay, this is a person. This is a King Kong.
I will be your host tonight, and it's my honor to witness this beautiful
Fire's
people
getting
that are being
kind of
right here.
big.
You know what? I was standing there and I was actually scared myself. Anh đứng ở đằng sau kia. Wow.
Uh-oh. That doesn't look good. Dude, they took a long time to move out of the way. Jeez. I guess that's just big fire, huh? That's a lot of fire, man. Athena in Nashville, Tennessee. Why is this in Nashville? I mean, cool. Yeah, that's a guy. Looks like Bill Gates right there. And it looks like this is probably 10 Bill Gates is tall. That's really big. I like that this like little being right here is like as big, probably bigger than a person. And it's like a small little guy that she's just holding. So, breaking down cargo ships in Bangladesh. Bro, seeing them all beached like that is kind of creepy, isn't it? I feel like this picture probably doesn't really do the actual scale of these justice necessarily. You can definitely tell, but I imagine being here is just bizarre. Like, these cargo ships are massive. This one's probably massive, and it looks kind of small compared to this one. Yikes. That's big. Here we go, a little animation for us. Godzilla, 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 Godzilla. Oh no. Oh no. Don't do it, buddy. Come on, man. There's ample room for you to just go underneath the bridge. You do not have to go crash through it. What a jerk. Also, what are the chances we get a King Kong video and a Godzilla video? Like, almost back to back? Huh? Weird coincidence? Okay, this is just fear of water. Unless we're about to see like a big whale or like something. I guess maybe like fear of big ocean. Do we unite on that one? People like me, fear of the ocean, and people like just fear of big, because the ocean's big. Did we just become best friends? Logistically, I knew Michelangelo's David was 17 feet tall. Somehow that knowledge does not translate as well as seeing this image. I don't know if I realized it was that big. That's like really tall. Like standing next to that, you'd be like those video game screens at like Target, you know? I mean, I guess you'd stand back probably if you were standing right below it and looking up. You wouldn't be looking at his face. Tell you what, a nightmare machine? What is this? There's a train that like ran into some, like a fence or something? Or is this drawn on? This looks creepy. But is it big? Not necessarily. It just is a creepy image. We've done videos where we just looked at creepy images, but today we're looking at big. So show me big. Here we go. Ugh, dude, why is it so much water stuff today? I'll probably rotate the image for you guys because I'm nice like that, but it's sideways for me. And that definitely takes some points off, but yeah, that's big. That's also just like sad. It's crazy that a boat so big can basically be wrecked by like wrecking it. But yeah, by like capsizing, flipping over, taking into water. Seems like it'd be pretty easy to happen. This is Eddie, the world's biggest kid. I don't know. Eddie doesn't really look that real. I'm glad kids aren't this big. Can you imagine if kids started out huge like this and they got smaller? The one solace in how annoying kids can be is that they're like tiny. Like if kids decided to all go crazy one day and like attack everyone, we can just throw them. But if kids were all this big and they could throw us, I would have a little harder time sleeping at night. Also, it says, you can enter him from the back and explore the inside of his body like a McDonald's play place. Oh, hell no. This is horrifying. I thought that this was bad enough. You don't gotta put the inside of his face in there too. Let's check if these kids are having fun. He's like, Mom, can we please go home? And she's like in literal shock that she's inside of a child's head looking through an ear. That's despicable. I don't like that. Installation failure. You know that was a horrible sound to hear in person. Yikes. These giant hand statues in Chicago. Huh. I don't like that.
He didn't know why until these people in the water told him it was directly below.
It cuts off so quick. Dude, that dip is terrifying.
He didn't know why until these people in the water told him it was directly below.
Why am I getting bullied today? I wanted to talk about someone else's phobia today, and what do I get? My phobia over and over again?
He didn't know why until
this dude's just like gulping the water. Check this out.
these people in the water told him it was
He's just like drinking the water. It's like, bro, there's plenty of other water you can drink, man. Oh, I hate this. This guy has so many videos like this, man. He has so many videos. I've seen probably 5 different videos of this exact guy doing this exact thing. He's always got this kind of smile on where he's like, he's pretty stoked about what he's doing, but you're not Tom Cruise. You're not filming the next Mission Impossible. If you want to entertain people on the internet, learn to like dance or something. I mean, do what you want to do, but this is not it. Outdated Soviet radar? That's a radar? That's not like there to keep T-Rexes out or in? That's wild. You can't even really see exactly where it ends because it looks like there's kind of a fog. But yeah, that's wacky. I don't know enough about like radar or old radar to know exactly how this works, but the fact that it needed to be this big is crazy to me. This giant sphere in Las Vegas, Nevada. What is with Vegas? I still have never been. I really want to go, but it looks like they just have one of everything there. This is probably some sort of theater, you know? Like I assume this is hollow and there's a purpose to it, but it just looks unnatural, because it is. What is this, man? What are you doing? No, dude. Yeah, I don't like that. Why do people do this? You know, everyone's trying to get like views, I guess, but like the amount of videos are just of people doing something really dangerous and irresponsible, and that's like the whole video. It's a lot. Anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up, shall we? Crew members standing inside the cargo tank of an LNG, liquefied natural gas tanker. This looks really cool and really weird. I want to go in this room. I think like the walls and floors are like this weird like blocky shape. It looks super weird, and I kind of want to like touch it. That's big. All right, that's gonna be the last one. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Looking up this phobia always brings me such interesting photos and videos. Even if I don't have the phobia, I'm still really enthralled by it. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for being here. Check out my other videos if you feel like it. I've got a bunch. Bye.